everyone, welcome back to another tip of the month. Today we're going to be looking at importing a drill pattern for a surface mine, and then we're going to create one in Promine, and then we're going to export all of these holes into a new database. So on the left hand side here, what I have is an existing database of some drill holes, and what I would like to do is import these drill holes inside of Promine in AutoCAD. So from Engineering 2, we're going to be using the Drill Blast Surface module here. In the drawing, I have a bench, and this polyline here is on the 0 layer, and it basically represents the area in which the drills will be imported. So I'm going to go to Plan View, and then I will select this command here, import blocks database. So when I click that, I can select my database. You can select an Access database, SQL, or an Oracle. And in this way, you can connect to the external database. So in this case, I'm going to select ACCDB from Access. And then I will basically select the database that I would like to import the drill holes from. And then here you will connect the table and then the columns. So here I'm selecting my east, north, and elevation, and I'll be putting that on the 1140 bottom layer. And I'll make sure that the use polyline is selected so that I can select the polyline to define the contour of my drills. So hit OK, select the contour, and as we can see here, we have the previous bottoms of the previous blast, which is the top bench here. And the reason why I imported this is because I want to know where to insert my new drill holes that will go basically from here all the way to the bottom here. So in this way I can assure that the new pattern doesn't intersect with these existing bottoms from the previous blast. Alright, so now to insert the holes, the first thing I'm going to do is go to the options of the Drill Blast Surface module. And in here, I'll define my new benches. So as you can see here, we have the 1120 and 1130 already configured, so I can edit them already. So here, these bottoms of the previous blast are actually from the 1140 bench. And these are at the elevation of 1130, so 1130 will be the new top surface from which the drill holes will be inserted. So I'm going to go edit, and I'll double check here. The elevation is 1130, and these will go down to 1120. So once more, I will check, make sure that this is correctly configured, and hit OK. And then from the Drill and Blast surface once more, I can click on Insert Many, and this will allow me to design the parameters of my pattern. So first, for the shape of the pattern, we have square and quincux. In this case, I selected square with 10 in spacing and 10 in burden as well. So this will be a shape from the bench here. Then I have the diameter, so it's 8 inches of each hole. Of course, this is configurable in the options of the module. And then for the block, I chose a circle, and this will be a little bit different from what we have here. And the reason why is that we want to be able to differentiate not only by color, but also by the shape of the block, in case we, export that as DXF or any other format that doesn't display colors. And for the path, I selected both holes, center lines, and 3D holes so that I'll have the 3D shape of the holes in the drawing. For the layer, I will select B1130 holes, so this will be inserted on that layer. For the targets now, okay, so I'm going from 1130 all the way to 1120 down the bench. For the prefix, so I will name it according to the collar. So the collars will be located on 1130, and the letter of the burden will start at A. So burden, again, it goes this way, so this will have the letters. You can change it to numbers instead. However, in this case, I'll stick with letters for burden and numbers for spacing. So letters and numbers this way. Alright, so now I'll click OK, and I will select the drilling limit, and now I can pick the first hole. So I want to make sure not to start anywhere around here to not, for safety. So I will start maybe this way, go, and then the program will essentially tell you spacing direction. So I will choose this way, and then the burden will be this way. And then if you're satisfied with this, you can hit go. Otherwise, you can choose other options here to modify your drill pattern. So I'm going to click go, and here is my new pattern. So if I rotate the drawing, I can now see my new pattern. So it goes from 1130 all the way to 1120. And as we can see, we also have the center line of each drill hole, as well as the 3D shape of the drill hole. And in this way, we can have, a good visualization in 3D using our drill blast surface module. As we can see, towards the sides here, we have a little problem. The holes go basically outside of the bench, or they intercept the angle here. So to fix that, we can rotate these drill hole basically. So to do that, we're going to go to the hole angle command. So click that and then select the holes that you want to rotate. Preferably work with the holes that are along the same direction. So in this case, I have 1, 2, 3. And then select them, hit enter, and then select the azimuth. So the azimuth in which these 3 holes will rotate is this way. And then the hole angle, which is basically the dip, so it will go 70 degrees. Hit OK, and now as we can see, we have these holes now following the same dip as the bench here. And we can do the same basically with all the other holes that intercept the bench. So for this one, I can basically click hole angle once more, select the azimuth, and then 70 for dip. And maybe we can do it for these ones too, like that. Well, actually, let's start with these ones. So the azimuth will be this way, 70. And then we have, well, we can now see that this hole right here is really on the edge of the bench here. So we can actually get rid of this one because we know that it wouldn't work in this way. And then we can basically work with this one here to rotate it as well. So we can go this way at 70, yes, and there we have it. And next to each hole that was rotated, you're going to see a little text here. Well, in this case, they both overlap because the annotation of the hole is a little big. But for the azimuth, we can see the angle here, which is 70. So once we have our pattern, what I'm going to do now is turn off the old drill pattern. And what I would like to do now is export these new holes into a new database. So using the command export holes database, click on it and then select the holes, hit enter. And in here, what I'm going to do is essentially I created a new database in Access. The new database is called Drill Blast New. And this one, I'm linking it to the new holes table. The blast number is 1130. Link it to the blast number field. Hole number is hole number. So all of these fields were actually created in the database before using this command. So you basically need to link all of the fields in here, and you're set. So hit OK, and once it's exported, we can now see in the command line here holes exported in database 14 of 14. And if we have a look in the database, we can now see these holes right here. So this is how you export holes from Promine into an Access database. And this concludes our tip of the month. Thank you for watching.